Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share my first update on my experience with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. Now, for those of you that subscribe, you already know, in my opinion, the Fold is the best of its kind on Earth. Of course, I have been using the Pixel Fold for the better part of the last month, and I really am enjoying this device. In fact, had the Fold 5 not arrived as it did, it may have become my daily driver permanently, and I'm not saying I've made that decision yet. It's just really good to be back on a modern Fold. I say that because anyone who, again, follows the channel knows that my Fold 4 is in Samsung's hands right now. This is my wife's Fold 4, which is being traded in for her new Fold 5. And then I've got my Fold 3 backup here, which I am trading in towards this if I decide to keep this device. And I say that if because, I have been using the Pixel Fold happily. Initially, it was not really the honeymoon phase that you may have thought, because there was a lot of getting used to that new aspect ratio, as I like to put it, the vertical versus the horizontal approach to folding, even though, of course, both hinges are vertical. Hopefully you understand what I mean by that, and if not, check out my comparison when it ends up getting published between the Fold 5 and the Pixel Fold. But this device just hits every box, every check mark that you could possibly want. It's two devices in one, like the Fold always has been. 120 hertz on the front, 120 hertz on the inside. Battery life appears initially to be better than the experience with the Fold 4. And because I've been without a functioning Fold 4 for a while now, as I stated earlier, it's just nice to be back in this familiar handset that has gotten thinner, because the hinge is now nearly flush, which from a durability standpoint, I think is going to be a much bigger deal than it just being flush and being thinner in your pocket, but it's a good thing. And then it's also lost some weight, which from a usability standpoint, when we talk about foldables, that is huge. I mean, if you think that the design on this phone is beautiful, well, part of that design is that it is really heavy, and that is not practical in a day-to-day. Now, I've gotten used to it, but I will tell you, fatigue with this thing is real. It's real with this model as well. More so I'm speaking to the previous generations, because I just got the Fold 5, right? But these are heavier than traditional devices, but they've gotten so close. Not this one, but this one. And I think it's roughly a little under 20 grams less now, and that's a big deal. And then when you have the fact that it became physically thinner also, it really downsized. So definitely a nicer fit in the pocket now than ever before, closer to a traditional phone than ever before, but you still have this 7.6-inch 120 hertz display. Both displays are brighter than the previous generation by approximately 30%. Now, I don't think the Fold 4 was dim, but if you did have issues in bright sunlight, if you are one of those people, you're going to be happy with the newer displays. Now, does that mean you should upgrade from a Fold 4? I don't think so. I mean, unless you are really irked by the gap in the old hinge style, or for whatever reason, you just want the latest and greatest Snapdragon, 8 Gen 2 that's in here, which of course is a faster chip with better optimization, better overall performance. And that's why we do expect better performance, not just in the realm of battery life, but also digital imaging with the camera modules that have stayed the same. I mean, I still personally, unless you're just staying in line with the trade-in program, because they are offering $1,000 for this phone, so it's worth trading in if you always are going to be upgrading to the latest and greatest, which with Samsung's very generous trade-in offers, unmatched in the entire industry, it makes sense. So for everyone that talks about these phones being too expensive, they clearly aren't aware of the trade-in value deals. And by the way, the link that I've incorporated, the affiliate link in the description, you have 2 more days roughly to pre-order this phone, which if you go direct with Samsung through the affiliate link I am including, as well as others on YouTube that are partnered as well, you'll get $50 off. In addition to that, you'll get 30% off of the Samsung Care Plus warranty. I highly recommend that. My Gen 3 Fold and Gen 4 Fold both crapped out on me. I still love the Fold line. Those were the first two that I had problems with. I do believe the Hinge is going to make a difference on that because the Hinge does really seem to be the Achilles heel of all folding devices. But I highly recommend getting that Care Plus. It's a 30% discount. I did it. I did not have it on my Fold 4. I haven't gotten the report from Samsung yet what they're going to do with it. But it's better to have that insurance and get that replacement and not worry about it. Also, you'll get a storage upgrade. Rather than 256 gigs of internal storage, you'll be looking at a 0.5 terabyte. That's a free upgrade. So $50 off, discount on the warranty, and then, of course, the free storage upgrade. I think it's a no-brainer. That's why I purchased it that way. I was not paid. These are not phones that are sent to me, for anyone that's wondering. So both my wife and I both upgraded our devices. Again, mine is with Samsung now. I'm trading in the Fold 3. If you have a Fold 3, I highly recommend making the transition. They're offering $800 for this. This is a great phone, even in 2023, but to get $800 off of the 5th generation of this product, which is better in every single way, but most importantly, the fact that we now have a much more usable, slightly wider front display. Go for it. Trade this thing in. I didn't plan on it initially, but that trade-in value is fantastic. And then don't sleep on the fact that we now have, again, an S Pen that's nearly totally integrated into the Fold for the first time. So again, that to me is a killer feature. Some people hate this pen. They prefer, last generation's thicker, more pen-like S Pen. I totally get that. When we didn't have it in an integrated form, it makes sense. But now that we're getting closer, I feel like we're a generation away from this pocketing into the device. And this will likely be a very similar form factor to what we'll pocket. But you can see I just pushed the S Pen into the cutout for the pen tip. That's about all there is in there to secure it, other than the actual mold here. And as I've stated in another video, I have a deformity on my cutout there for the S Pen. It will just fall out. So while this case is amazing, in my opinion, the best case you can buy right now, if you get one that is manufactured right and doesn't have too wide a gap basically on the cutout, it is the best case on the market if you care about S Pen integration. If you don't, then obviously whatever case suits you is going to be the best option. But this is the thinnest profile and it's not the thinnest you can get on the market, but close to it. I'm going to be testing out some carbon fiber ones that are going to give it a run for its money, but no case on the market right now can integrate the S Pen like this slim S Pen case from Samsung. So this is a winner if S Pen integration, nearly seamless, is what you're after. And I am, but not with this defect where it just starts to play and, it's out. I didn't even, that proves the point. So love this device. This is not a review, believe it or not. It isn't. I haven't spent enough time with it, but so far things look really promising. I can easily recommend it. Everything is really fast. And I say that because as much as I enjoyed the Pixel Fold, this is one area where having a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 versus that Tensor G2 chip in here, boy, does it get ugly for Google. And I love the Pixel Fold, by the way. Before anybody tells me that I don't, I actually do love this phone, but it is not right now it's not mature enough for me to tell you to buy it over this device, even though this is not the comparison or full review of either of these phones. At least preliminarily, the Fold 5 is just building on the best product of its kind on the planet. So, any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. Hit that like button, and as usual, please feel free to subscribe, and please stay safe. Later.